All right, team, we are back, only this time with a project update. So let's get after it. Right, Duke? All right, remember earlier in the year we had a project to repair this sick tree? Well, let's see how she's done. I definitely need to reset the turnbuckle, but we're getting a little more vertical on our lean, that's for sure. And the plant health is looking, well, very good. So much so that even down here by the tree's wounds and infection, it is now growing new suckers. Now normally I would discourage these, but to be perfectly honest, where they attach to the tree, they're going to be adding vigor and strength. So this branch here will come off eventually, but for the time being it's fueling the growth and healing of this callus. Same with these little ones down here and these ones down here. They're strengthening the root system. So this is a very good thing. Temporary, but a very good thing. And you can see the wound itself. That resin had dried up nice. In fact, I'm seeing little pits in it now. It's starting to wear away, and I will need to reapply soon. But otherwise, there is no sign of the infection whatsoever. No, not even any insect damage. And you can tell by the plant leaves, the foliage is very healthy. It flowered, it's fruiting. We still don't know exactly what this is. It could be a type of Juneberry, serviceberry, not sure which. Once the fruits mature, I'll have a better idea. All right, on to the next one. All right, team, if you're wondering why I've got these buckets sitting out in the sun, I am doing a little bucket composting, also known as plant tea, but I have developed my specific method for it. And when these are complete, we're gonna set up brand new ones so you'll get to see the before and after, the how-to and the final result. But let's take a little sneak peek right now. These are not perfectly sealed lids. They do have a little bit of oxygen flow, but they keep the bugs out. And it surely looks like that's developing nicely. I may need to shove that below the water line a little bit. Oh, and there's that fun swampy smell that tells me the bacteria are working overtime. All right, we will come back to that in detail in a couple weeks. As an update to our potato skin experiment, we have had further success beyond the original video. Now this was the original plant you saw in the video, and it did get a little sunbaked, needs a little water. We're keeping them in these totes, which are full of that nice new rich soil, in order to kind of isolate them and see just how much we can yield out of, well, potato skins. So here is one plant, and then we ended up with 1, 2, and now newly 3, and little baby 4 right there. Right there. And I'm going to plant them all in here and see just how well they yield. Actually, I think that this one will be the last one I plant in here, and then I'll have to move to another tote because they're going to crowd each other as they get bigger. But that's overall, I'd say, a relatively successful and interesting experiment. You can indeed seed potato skins and yield plants out of them. It does take a while though. This one sprouted after almost 2 months in this cup. So it does have a time commitment. You're going to want to start them in the winter pretty much. All right, on to the next. Well, looks like apples are in their fruit fill stage. Not bad. And they're all looking pretty healthy. Yep. This being our cocktail tree that has 5 varieties grafted to it. So we got some reds, we got some yellows. Trying to remember what all varieties are on here. It's terrible, but I can't recall. This is why I write stuff down, folks. Take notes because, well, memory ain't always what it used to be as you get older. Alright, team, we are out here at the Bravo site, and it looks like I gotta do a little bit of work to our asparagus berm. We got a local fox that likes to dig into it a little bit. This is new. It is a berm of asparagus that I actually pulled out of the field over there. You can still see some of it standing up. This is asparagus that my grandfather planted years ago, because that over there didn't always used to be field. But somehow, over the years, this asparagus, which is coming up quite nicely now, this asparagus survived multiple tillings, a bunch of Roundup spray, and I think they survived the tillings because when I was digging it up, it ended up being 4 foot down, which not a surprise. Whenever my grandfather did something, he did it really well. So instead I moved them over here by the Bravo garden and built this berm up using the same soil they came from. And man, oh man, I think I'll splice in a video here of one of the roots we pulled up. That sucker ended up weighing, I think it was 80-ish pounds, something like that. Here's one.
Yeah. If you don't know what this is asparagus.
These little breeder nodes off.
Can't buy it at the store like that.
That's one plant. We're trying if we have to divide it because it's too daggone heavy. The story on these, we thought they were dead. This whole area got returned to field. And our cash crop, it tilled over. They sprayed it last year because, well, they tilled this area, sprayed it with Roundup. We thought it was dead. And this is, well, it looks it. It's a 40-year-old plant. My grandfather planted these, so if we can have a chance to save them, we're gonna do it because it's a legacy plant. And so far this year, early enough in the season, there's been no spraying, no planting. Now's the time to get it. Not ideal for an asparagus, but better than getting sprayed and plowed.
Yeah.
And that's with all the dirt knocked off of it. And it ended up, I think they're 20 plus years old and may even be older. I don't recall exactly when they were planted, but I think that one is planted right here. And let me tell you, what you see going on above the soil is only a fraction of what's actually going on. All right, well, on to the next one, team. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you make friends with your local arborist. So I just got 3 new loads of wood chips, and I'm not near done. Told them to drop off as many as they need because I got the space to store them and the need to use them. Lots of applications for these things, including resurfacing my asparagus berm over there because apparently the wild fox keeps digging in it. Little snot, but we'll get that handled. The fox can chill out and not gonna harass him or nothing, but I need to get this kind of figured out. Looks like I got a little slime mold growing. Get this a lot in the shady areas where I have the wood chips. Interesting stuff. This is a good sign. It means the local fungus is doing its job. All right, team, if you made it this far into the video, cool, thank you. If you like what I do here, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you don't want to have anything to do with YouTube, like some of us don't, feel free to check me out on some of the alternate platforms. I got links in the description below to Minds, Library, BitChute. And anybody interested, I've made on Subscribestar, my digital library is now becoming available. I'm slowly posting my research and things like that, so any of the things that have helped me get where I am can possibly help you get where you want to go. I appreciate it, and well, thanks for stopping by Red Castle, and don't forget to grow stronger.